The afterlaugh, afterlaugh. Welcome to the afterlaugh, afterlaugh, afterlaugh. Afterlaugh, man. Go ahead, pull up a chair.
I don't want to. I know you want to talk about more probably pressing and relevant things, but I do want to hear about how SNL came about because
you don't know what I want to talk about.
That's a good point. I've always heard that SNL is like they find you, you don't find them.
I had a manager, Barry Katz. Hey, boss, it's Barry.
Barry
Katz. You want to audition for Saturday Night Live, man? And he was fucking great for me. And he owned a comedy club in the Village. And the comedy club, they had Saturday Night Live auditions at his club, the Boston Comedy Club in Greenwich Village. But it was in the summertime. I went on third, and the air conditioning was broken. So after me, everybody from SNL left. So there was like 8 comics that never even got seen.
Wow.
Or sawn. And that was just the luck of the draw, right? So then my second audition was at Stand Up New York, which is like real sterile, and it's like Upper West Side, it's like Broadway and 77th, I think. And I went to the gym. I was wearing sweatpants, an East Stroudsburg Wrestling Camp of Champs T-shirt, and sneakers. I went to the bar. I got off the subway. I went to the bar at the club. And I had like 2 Amstel lights, a third Amstel light. So he said, "You want to go smoke a bowl?" I'm like, "Sure." And they just everyone's like got their comedy hair, their comedy shirts, their comedy jeans where like Jason Priestley like tucked the cuff on the bottom of your jeans. That was hot for a while with Reeboks. And I'm like, these guys are all dressed alike. This is fucking weird. I'm wearing sweatpants and a T-shirt, whatever. And I went on stage and I just did like all those that was the like Joe Pesci and De Niro as Batman and Robin and Raging Bull. And like now at 49, I look back, I'm like, that was pretty fucking ballsy. I didn't realize it at the time.
Holy shit! And you can perform stoned?
Oh yeah, just hit it.
Yeah,
I wasn't like stoned.
Yeah.
When I got off stage, I was pretty big.
So you wanted that you weren't nervous. You were just like, fuck it.
No, the odds of getting it are zero, beneath zero.
Yeah.
Like my great-great-great-grandparents have to be born and not get killed by the elements.
Yeah.
Or Genghis Khan or Hitler or whatever. And then they meet each other, then they have to fuck.
Yeah.
Then the baby has to live through the elements.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Norm bit. Then they have to fuck. And that baby they have, God willing, that baby has to live through the elements. That's earth, rain, fire, fucking flood. I don't know what kills babies, Then my grandparents, they have to meet, that baby grows up to be like a grandfather, but not at the time, he's just like a regular guy. And he has to be my grandmother, they have to fuck, and then that baby has to live and not get killed by the elements, It's crazy. That's like Norm After Hours.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to finish this.
Yeah.
Did you
real quick, on my SNL audition, I thought Lauren, Marcy Klein, Ryan Shiraki, Sandler, and Rob Schneider were all on the back left-hand side of the room. So like after every bit, I would just like stare in the back, like just stare.
Are they laughing?
I just wanted. It was as important as killing was them to see that I wasn't afraid.
Yeah.
Like, I know this game. There's a weird game going on. I'm not playing it.
Yeah.
And then when I walked off stage, I walked past them on the back right-hand side of the room. So, like, I was just staring at some fucking stockbroker from Patchogue, Long Island for, like, 8 minutes straight. After every bit, I'm just staring this guy down like, Jesus, what did I do to this kid? And then when I went out on the sidewalk to go home, Marcy Klein came running out, and she's like, where you going? Like, I met her once at the other audition.
Yeah.
But it's like we're, like, roommates. She's like, where you going? Where you going? I'm like, I'm going home. You can't. Lauren loved you. Like, Lauren loved you. Just hang out, because he's going to leave eventually. I'm like, there's a big white limo outside. Pretty ghetto, Lauren Michaels being a white limo.
Yeah.
Like, just take a cab, bro. Who cares? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
What are you, a pimp from the 70s?
You're not Patty Hearst.
Yeah.
A pimp from the 70s. You go to FSU? What's your favorite flavor? Grape? So he came out like almost immediately after. So again, like after my set, they left, and like maybe weird.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "That was really great, really really great." And he shook his hand. I shook his hand. And then I said, "Well, it was really fun. So thanks for the opportunity." He goes, "No, you'll be hearing from us very soon." And so the next night, I was opening for Anthony Clark at Catawba College in Catawba, North Carolina. And he's cleaning out the pool at a Motel 6. And he's like a long, tall, skinny string bean body with like a southern accent. Like, I don't fucking believe it.
Yeah.
And he's cleaning all these bugs out of the pool with that long like skimmer. I'm like, I'm gonna go take a nap. And he goes, all right, man, okay, Chief, I'll talk to you later. And I go up to my room, the phone rings. Like in a Motel 6 in Catawba, North Carolina, one of your parents died.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
the only reason that fucking phone's ringing. It was my manager and my agent. They're like, you got it. You got set. It was the next day.
Wow.
And it just felt like a school bus rolled on top of me. It was like not pain, just like the magnitude
Yeah.
of what was happening. And so it wasn't like, yahoo. And I was just like stunned that I went back down to the pool and Anthony still like, the sun was behind me. So when he looked at me at the squint, he's still skimming the pool with like fucking flies, like getting it perfect, like OCD.
Yeah.
And he turns around and I go, I just got Saturday Night Live. He goes, well, there goes that nap. That was the amount of celebrating. It was like perfect.
Yeah.
But that night I got introduced as the next cast member. But I was never even a cast member. I was a featured performer.
Yeah. And you did for 2 years?
Yeah. I didn't really do a lot.
No?
I just flailed about.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about it in your book, but it's just a super high pressure, like, is there a fraternity or is it? Oh,
no, it's pretty open and loving because
Yeah.
it's everybody's struggling. Like if somebody needs an idea and you walk in and give them a good idea, they're not going to be like, whatever, nerd.
Yeah.
And then if you just say like one sentence, I learned like in the room when somebody's been writing a sketch for 3 days, like your initials are on the script, like you wrote it.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, Rob Schneider script with Dave Mandel and Lou Morton and Steve Lookner and Al Franken. And then I'll come in and go, why don't you do like that line from Pulp Fiction, but it was a sketch we actually did, but have it be Welcome Back Kotter if it was Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Because John Travolta was the host. And they're
Yeah.
like, But I like something, not even that sentence. It was like something so small. And then read through, I'm like, JM, like who the fuck is JM? It was me. Like they put my initials on it.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, oh yeah, I co-wrote that sketch. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's like being a songwriter and all. You're like Hall & Oates' Private Eyes, and you wrote like the two hands clapping.
Yeah.
Private Eyes. Yeah, I co-wrote that song. Like you're the guy that thought of like the hand clap.
Yeah.
It's about as much as you contributed to the sketch.
And when SNL ended, what was that like for you? Was that a happy goodbye, or were you?
No, it was heartbreaking because it's like I think my option had to be exercised on say like July 1st. So on July 1st, I'm like, here we go.
Yeah.
All day. And I wanted to go back bad because the first year,
you're waiting for that phone call.
First year was like first year of Little League.
Yeah.
You have like one hit the whole season. You're like, fuck. I swear to God, if I go back, I'm going to swing this fucking thing. And at July 1st, they wanted to know if they could have a 2-week extension. So then July 14th, they want another 2-week extension. We said yes. So then July or whatever the fucking date was, I can't count like that. They asked for another 2-week extension, and I was like, yes. And my agent called me back, and she goes, in my experience, when somebody needs 6 weeks to decide whether or not they want to work with you,
Yeah.
it's not a good sign. And I go, well, then call them back and say, no, we can force their hand.
Yeah.
And it was like, there wasn't a call back from them.
Yeah.
So that was like me pushing my hand. But then I was lucky. I got right on the Jeff Foxworthy show, like right on.
Yeah, a huge show.
And from the Jeff Foxworthy show, I only did like 6 or maybe 8 episodes. But so in that time, I was in my trailer there when I got the call from Cameron Crowe that I got Jerry Maguire.
How did that come out? Just an audition? Just a normal like actor on the road putting in a tape or?
I had an audition for it. I've had really good, like way back when, like I had the coolest like American Psycho I auditioned for. Got callbacks. Like when I look back, I auditioned for everything. Like I got close. It was like Dead Poet Society, like real weird shit.
Yeah.
Young, like fucking no credits, nothing. Just got in the room all the time. So I auditioned to be the quarterback for Jerry Maguire, just at an audition at Sony. And I just blew the Southern accent for some reason. I was all over the ice. But I still got a call back. And when they called me back, it was with Cameron Crowe and Jim Brooks and everybody. And I'm like, wow. Oh, shit. And I blew it again.
What do you mean you blew it again? You just couldn't do the accent?
I just couldn't land the accent. Like, my mom's from fucking Odessa, Texas. My grandmother's from Texas. Anthony Clark I was hanging out with all the time. He's from Virginia.
He's from Virginia, yeah.
I knew a lot of, like, Southern sounds, like, to just mimic. Just couldn't pull it off. And then, so what happened was, after the quarterback got butchered again, they said, Jim Brooks goes, somebody said, what about the nanny? And Cameron and somebody else were like, yeah. Like, they were just thinking that. So they let me go out to the hallway and, like, read the sides for the nanny because it wasn't that long. It was only, like, 3 pages.
Yeah.
And there was a speech where he, and I like, just fucking killed it. It was nuts.
Yeah.
And then they asked me to. They were gonna get more producers and more showrunners, more producers, more Sony execs because they wanted to cast it quickly. And so I'm in the room. It's like Jim Brooks, Richard Sakai, Cameron Crowe, his assistant, the casting director, Gail Levin. And like all the hitters were in there. And then I finished doing the nanny speech. There was a speech about a cassette. In Jerry Maguire, I think the male nanny, the nanny's gonna give him like a condom. Hold on, you're gonna need this maybe. And he takes out a cassette of like Miles Davis and John Coltrane on stage together. I had that cassette.
Wow.
So I just memorized that, like that. Like Miles Davis, John Coltrane, two masters of their time in improvisation and structure, jamming together live on stage in Oz of something. Cannonball Adderley and John Coltrane weaving their saxophones perfectly. Bill Evans on a piano where he barely plays. But I just knew it instantly.
Yeah.
Because I knew it. And so that went really well. And then when that was over, like nobody looked up. They were all looking at the floor. It was really uncomfortable. Huh. Like nobody said good job. Nobody looked at me. And I thought like, did I say nigger? Like holy shit. Like I really was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then Jim Brooks, you know, one of the fucking creators or executive producers of the Simpsons, all the way to like, the movies and all that shit.
Yeah.
Terms of endearment. And he just goes, what about sugar? And the whole room was like, yeah, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, it is on.
And you knew the part of sugar.
I read that script backwards and forward. I would have been a fucking extra in it. And they're like, can you go learn those sides? And it was like one of those moments in life where you just say the perfect thing for no reason. I go, this guy deserves to be played completely. Can I have more time? And it was like a Thursday, and they're like, yeah, when you come back like next Wednesday. I was like, okay. So I had all that time to just memorize sugar. I remember if you said any line in that dialogue, I could have told you the line before it, after it. I could have told you what you were doing.
Yeah.
I did it in different accents. I did it in all the impressions. I did them out of order. I had friends. I did it backwards. Like I just knew it.
Yeah.
And so then I went back for sugar and I killed it. Then they had me do it again with all the usual people, more Sony people. I did it again. And then they had me screen test with Tom on a Saturday. And I walk into Jim Brooks' office and Tom Cruise is on a couch eating his lunch. And I'm like, well, there's strike one. Like I'm the guy that auditioned, but he's having his fucking lunch. He's a pretty busy guy.
Yeah.
And so me and him did it together. He was off book. He knew the whole script by heart. I didn't have sides. I never carry sides into an audition, ever.
Yeah.
Like fucking, if you don't know the lines, why should they hire you?
I agree with that. A lot of people say always have your lines, but
fuck that. That's idiotic. You're not going to be able to hold these when you're filming this. Just go in like you're filming it. They are filming it.
Yeah.
So just fucking do it. Just mind fuck yourself into filming the scene that day. So whatever.
Yeah.
So I came back on a Wednesday. I did it with Tom Cruise. And he tried
were you start? I mean, at that point, Tom Cruise was the biggest. I mean, it's even now, but definitely then he was the biggest star in the world. Were you starstruck, or were you?
Like no one was bigger than him. Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
But when you meet him, it makes sense. Like if that guy pumped gas in Minot, North Dakota, they'd find him. He'd be Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
It's like Brooke Shields would have been Brooke Shields.
Yeah.
Like they'll find your ass. You know.
Yeah.
Like McConaughey.
Yeah.
They just found his ass in a bar. Like you're a star. You don't know it yet.
Yeah.
So. I wasn't starstruck because when you audition, you're auditioning, the person reading the other lines is the casting director.
Yeah.
Or an assistant, then the casting director the next time. Then the third time is the casting director, but she's doing a better job because she's in front of her bosses, maybe, I don't know. Or less people she has to read with at a time. So by the time you get to Tom Cruise, the 8th time, you're like, fuck yeah. Like, if you go to a tennis club, you're going to want to play with the pro.
Yeah.
If you're at a golf club and the pro goes, can I be in your foursome? You're like, yeah. You
Yeah.
get to learn from the master. That's more like how I felt. And I knew it was going to be better because it was going to be better. That's his job.
Yeah.
And he tried to kill me with it. Like, he tried to fucking kill me. Like, the pauses in that were amazing.
What do you mean he tried to kill you? He tried to
Like
throw
when
you
I
off.
came here to fire, and he's like, what's that? And then when it sinks in, like, in a movie, like, how long it takes, like, Tom Cruise to realize, like, you motherfucker. Like, that's how long it took.
Yeah.
He wasn't just reading his lines to see if I could read my lines. Like, he was acting with me in it. Like,
Yeah.
Like as good as the movie.
Yeah.
And it was like, either you step up or fucking just walk out.
Yeah.
So I just had to kill him back. And there was a point where I had 2 lines in a row, like, I came here to fire you, and there's a really long pause, and I go, it's real, you should say something.
Yeah.
And I remember that pause was so long in my audition, but I saw in Tom Cruise's eyes, it's so weird to call him Tom Cruise. I saw in Tom's eyes, fuck it. He knew that I hadn't lost my place.
Yeah.
but the room thought I lost
That
my
you went up,
place.
yeah.
So I had to gauge right before they actually said my line out loud to me. And he saw what I was doing. He's fucking locked in like Dale Carnegie shit, man.
Yeah.
That Scientology like work paying off, like straight up.
Yeah.
My man was a fucking xenon, bro. And he knew I wasn't gonna break, and that bought me some time because we were kind of smiling at each other.
Yeah.
And then when I said, "It's really you should say something," I just felt like the walls went back out.
Yeah.
And I knew I had it.
Yeah.
I had long hair. I didn't own a suit, and they had an offer out to Owen Wilson, so that's because he did Bottle Rocket with Jim Brooks.
Oh yeah, it was
so
big.
they actually had to like rescind his offer. He's not a drug addict.
Wow.
Nothing was wrong with him. It wasn't insurance problems because he was like convicted of something one day. We just found another guy after we gave you your deal.
Yeah.
You have your contract. We're taking it back. Weird.
Wow.
And I didn't know any of that till like I was out.
Now, was the type of thing like once you booked the role, your life started exploding, or was it till the movie came out?
It's DVDs came out. When the movie came out, I woke up in New York in my apartment. I took the subway like to Times Square, and I was maybe 6 steps out of the subway where I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with everybody? The movie premiered last night. Like I thought Times Square just was at the same theater, and they're like, oh my God.
Yeah, yeah.
Like less than 1% of the population sees a fucking movie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Half of them are like in LA and New York and Chicago, whatever. They're all spread out. And then when DVDs came out, I had just given up like trying to be recognized. And I came out of the subway, like before I came out of the subway, just walking in, it was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That's my man. What's up, dude? That's Guy Smiley, that Bob Sugar motherfucker, man. Guy Smiley.
Guy Smiley, that's
I
right.
called him that. Oh, that's my man Guy Smiley, that Bob Sugar looking motherfucker, man. The fuck Guy Smiley was the game show host on Sesame Street.
Oh my God, it's so funny. I remember.
So yeah, when the DVDs came out, I knew like people like started recognizing me from it.
Yeah. And did you and then after that you did some big, you were
Picture Perfect was next. And
Yeah,
Jerry
Picture-
Maguire hadn't come out yet, so I screen tested for
Oh.
that. And it was like her boyfriend Tate Donovan, Jon Stewart, Billy Baldwin. It's like the hottest fucking guy on earth. Jesus Christ.
Billy Baldwin, yeah.
Oh, Paul Rudd, like all these guys auditioned. We're screen testing. It was 6 of us, like the same day. I remember thinking, like, I don't have a fucking. I'm the only blonde. Like, I don't have a prayer. These guys are like older and have like gravitas. Like Billy Baldwin's the hottest guy in the world. John Corbett was one of them too.
Yeah.
And I remember it was the night Doc Gooden threw a no-hitter against the Mariners. I was at Yankee Stadium. I went after my audition. It was a Tuesday. And the director called me, Glenn Gordon Caron. He created Moonlight to tell me I got the part. But there was nothing to negotiate with because Jerry Maguire hadn't come out yet.
Yeah.
So it's like, look, this is our offer. Same as Jerry Maguire, like there's nothing to negotiate with. It's like, we'll give you some lunch. You want lunch? You like lunch? Are you a lunch guy? We'll give you lunch. It's like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Was that the one with Jennifer Aniston?
Mm-hmm.
After the one that shows in
I'm
Pittsburgh.
the only guy that did a movie with her that made money.
Oh, really?
And at the time, it was like, Jesus, it's barely made its money back, and then it made more money, and like it's got
Yeah.
some legs. Like
some guy was like,
rom-coms.
I'm waiting for Jay Mohr. I want to ask him what it was like to kiss Jennifer Aniston. When the Yinzer is in Pittsburgh. That was not a Yinzer accent, but
some dude.
some dude was waiting for you because he wanted to know what it was like to kiss Jennifer
I said,
Aniston.
bro, I was the fucking craziest, man. Bro, like, what do you say to that? Like, it was good or bad? Thumbs up, thumbs down, 1 to 10.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, what's his wheelhouse?
So, were you
Bro.
at this point? So this is, I mean, look, by any metric at this point, you fucking made it, right?
Yes,
Right?
you're correct. However, I do like want to remember, like,
Yeah.
next time somebody asked me, what was it like to kiss Jennifer Love Hewitt? Bro, it was fucking crazy, dude. And every time they go like, what? Just keep it that vague.
There's
Very
a
fun.
fire alarm going off because we have an arsonist
This
next
chick's
door.
busy.
Huh?
No, I just forgot to open the door while making a grilled cheese.
This chick,
Quote unquote
busy.
grilled. That's
This
at
chick,
Mia
she's got
fucking
some
Mars,
shit in traffic.
who has, yeah. No,
I
she's.
see your traffic.
Hey, just rip off the fire. Okay. For this commercial work. Oh, there we go.
You got nice muscles.
Yeah.
You have nice muscles.
I've got like, yeah, all my
How'd you get your muscles?
motorcycle.
Really? That's it? Good for you. Both hands.
Yeah, I mean, that's
What's the other language?
That was a good one.
Portuguese is crazy. It's like almost like Spanish, but not at all.
Yeah.
people that speak Portuguese can understand
What's pants in Portuguese? What is it? No, it's not. What did you just say? For Portuguese? At least it's something else. And Italian too. Pantalones, pantalones. Bert used to have a joke about that. Because I just found out Chinese people don't understand Japanese people at all. Because that blew my mind. I thought it was like Spanish and Italian. Pantalones, pantalones. Fucking hilarious.
So back to kissing Jennifer Love Hewitt. No.
Bro, it was crazy, bro.
Oh, it's so different when you kiss a
What
celebrity.
was it like kissing Scott Wolf? Bro. Bone it up, bro.
So at this point, are you, and that, because I know you've talked about your issues with like alcohol and stuff like that, where you must, I mean, you're a young, good-looking guy in huge fucking movies. Were you just like fucking the world and snorting the world? I mean, what was going on? Were
I
you
never
like a
really
responsible
snorted
guy?
anything until I was like 47. I've never seen coke in my life.
Really?
Never seen it.
Yeah. So you're never part of that like weird
No, I just love
Hollywood
beer.
scene. Yeah.
I would just sit at home and play fucking Madden. I would just play like Sonic the Hedgehog or Madden. And then when I drank enough beer, I'd think Scotch was a good idea.
Yeah.
And then I got introduced to Vicodin after I was sober. I was in AA like 2 years, but I wasn't really going to meetings. And I went out, I was drinking 2 bottles of NyQuil a day,
Jesus.
and I was taking 2 Vicodin a day. But the 2 Vicodin was enough to like really change my personality. I
How
would
so?
take a half, like 4 halves in a day. Usually about 1.5. It wasn't like scooping handfuls of Vicodin, but it changed my personality. It made me a dick.
Oh, really?
I get my personal life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Professionally, probably too.
Yeah. And after Picture Perfect and Jerry Maguire
But I was
comes out.
enjoying life, yeah.
Yeah.
To answer your question, but I got married, so I was dealing with like the erosion of the first marriage. So it wasn't like it
Yeah.
wasn't until Action where I was like, oh wow, this is showbiz. This is just partying and fucking and laughing.
Yeah.
This is
By the way,
crazy.
Action, which people probably haven't seen, maybe that was, I don't know if it was a seminal series, but I remember that came out. That was a big deal. That was
It
an
was one of the-
awesome
it's-
show.
It's one of the actual best shows of all time.
I really think it is.
It's
I
only
feel
8
like
episodes aired.
I don't know why it's not recognized more.
It is. That's all people really say about it.
Yeah, no, it's true.
But
Yeah,
if that many people saw it when it was on,
of course.
it would still be going, be chugging along.
So it still sells DVDs
Like
and
a
all
black
that shit.
sitcom.
Yeah. Do they have it on like streaming shit? Can people see it? No.
Action, I look it up on YouTube. I don't know if it streams at all. But
Yeah.
DVDs, you can get on Amazon. There's a lot of
Yeah.
those floating around.
So marriage, man.
signed half of them.
Why'd you get married, Jay? You were fucking living the life. What made
I
you
got
go?
married before SNL.
Oh wow.
I met this girl. I really dug her, and then like 3 nights later, I was like moving to New York. It was like,
Wow.
bang bang.
Yeah.
And then I would come back to LA, and I wasn't really like a good partner at all. Then I wound up marrying her, and I just acted the same way. I was like never present. I was just scumbag,
Yeah.
and that didn't go well. I have a 16-year-old son with that marriage, so it was wonderful because I got that prize,
Yeah.
that sweetie. And then my second wife, I fell in. I wasn't in love with my first wife, but my second wife, like I fell in love, and then that shit just started eroding.
What year was that?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not. Only old people are good at that.
Was that before or after Last Comic Standing?
After?
After. Okay.
Yeah.
And
So I left one with 0, and then I left the other one with less than 0. And right now I'm just right about like almost 1,000 there.
do you think you'll ever?
And I'm not kidding.
Do you think you'll ever get married again?
Sure. Why not? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, some people. Are
I wouldn't
no-
not get married because I got divorced twice.
Yeah.
I would just get another prenup and not have another kid. Or if I did have another kid, then it'd be worth the money because you're paying for a kid.
Yeah. And you have how many kids now?
I have 2 boys,
2 boys.
16 and 8,
Yeah.
Jackson and Meredith.
That's really cool. So what's next for you, man? Like what is? Do you think about like a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan?
You have
or
to.
Do you have a? Do
You
you
have to.
a pie in the sky thing?
I have a what's next plan. I have to buy a house.
Yeah.
That's like what's next.
Well, one of the things that I like.
5-year plan, like yeah.
You could do like what Christian Bale does and shit. You could do you ever think about like I want to be a serious independent film method actor type of guy? Is that something that interests you or
Well, yeah, well, how am I going to pay $22,000 a month in child support?
probably not with
Am I
independent
Parker
film?
Posey now. When I was offered Action, I turned it down twice,
Wow.
and I had a meeting at Joel Silver's office so he can convince me to take it. I'm like, I'm not taking it. I don't want to do TV. And Joel Silver goes, I don't know why you won't take this part. It's so great. You're a leading man. It's a ton of money. Well, I don't get it. I go, look, man, it's fucking great. And if I was going to do TV, I would do TV, but I'm doing these movies. I just wrapped Go.
Oh, which is great too.
Thank you. I just did Suicide Kings, this great movie, Paulie. I'm
Great.
doing all these independent movies. And Joel Silver goes, "Who are you, Parker fucking Posey?" And I said, "I'll take the part." I swear to God, that's how it went down.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I was like, Parker Posey being a best case scenario of that world.
yeah.
And that's not the pie wedge I had mapped out for myself like in a couple of years.
Yeah,
So I don't want to be like an independent film star.
yeah. That makes sense. But
Now, like, sure.
yeah,
'Cause who cares? Let's just have fun. Let's play make believe.
yeah. But so what is the plan that you have? I just want to hear what.
So I got to buy a house because I'm renting 2 different apartments.
Oh, so you got like real life plans.
We have to. Like, it's all
Yeah.
the same. You can't wear a different hat at home than the hat you wear at work.
Yeah,
Like, we're not driving fucking trains.
yeah,
We're not zookeepers. You know, it's like we're fucking comics. Like, that's, if you're on stage, that should be who you are at home. That's who you are.
yeah,
You can't do like some fucking bit. Crowds are too smart.
yeah,
So yeah, real life stuff. Like, a house is the next thing for my son to just like, we own this. Like, no one, we don't have to keep moving around. This is where we live now.
yeah.
I'm just now writing, like, for the first time ever, like, writing my own stuff. We just filmed like a reality show called What's Your Problem? It's like a life coach reality show where I go out, people email the show, like, they have
Yeah.
real problems, and I go to their like homes and I try to straighten them out and talk
Would-
some sense and straighten them out.
Which is awesome because that doesn't exist right now. That's like a
Well,
brand
there's a
new.
show called Iyanla, Fix My Life on OWN, Oprah's
Okay,
network, and it's amazing.
never heard of it. Yeah,
But I couldn't be that confrontational like with people. I just go real slow, and I'm just a sonic reducer. I just simplify. I just keep taking out words until they get to that one, like, crystalline message. That's the real reason they need help.
yeah,
So that's real short term. My poetry book's done finally. I gotta just fucking cherry pick. Now I'm just choosing which. It should be about 44 poems, and I just gotta make sure they're perfect.
yeah,
I just shot my special at the Melrose Improv, so I want another special right away.
yeah,
And I want to write a life coaching book, but like about wrestling.
yeah.
So, like, you know, how to live your best life by, I don't know, thinking like a wrestler or something. Get your gazelle.
I like that. Yeah,
Yeah, so I've written a couple chapters, but who cares? And you know, movies. I'd like to do more movies and just really writing my own and producing my own content. It's like the 1, the 5, the 6, the 9, the 10, the 20-year plan.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because there's no touchdown dance.
yeah. Of course
Just keep
not.
partying, man. Like, I just met you like 2 weekends ago.
I know it's crazy.
And like, I feel like I'm at the best party. I am at the best party in town. Like, there's no club right now having a better time than us.
Yeah,
That's comedy. Like, 2 guys just hanging out with a fine fucking female. Shit.
shit.
Trying to smoke good like you, girl.
Mm-hmm. Well, Jay, man,
Just trying to
dude,
get out
we
this
could,
Ville,
you know, you've been here for a long. Thank you for coming. If you, anything else you want to talk about, or anything that you know.
It's 3 a.m. in Hollywood, and I have no voice. I just came from a meeting and a
No.
meeting. I was out surfing all
feel
day and
bad.
paddleboarding.
You were
with the
surfing?
fucking-
Shit.
No, I was paddling. It was too much wind to surf.
Yeah.
And I got out on the ocean too late I was going to paddle to the Malibu Pier.
Uh huh.
It's 3.5 miles from my apartment, and it's about an hour there, hour back, 7 miles, and it was just too choppy. I got as far as like David Geffen's house, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I got like real spooked, like, by sharks. I didn't see any sharks. I just kept imagining a great white. Like, what would it really be like?
Yeah.
Like, my mind was wandering. And at the same time, I'm meditating, be here now. But like, I have like 3 different fucking thought trains going. And the spark thing like fucking spooked me. So when I sat down on the board to take a rest, I made sure my feet were like up on top of it. I don't want my feet dangling in the water. It was a weird day. And the tide was changing because it's like new moon. So it was like super high and then super low, then super high again. So it's coming in and out quick.
Yeah.
So the swells get like enormous. You get like an actual 10-foot wave in this part of Malibu.
Jesus.
And I just to make sure I came in on the paddleboard when one of those wasn't going down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a little helter-skelter today.
Yeah. Well, shit, man, dude, Jay.
Then I had a date come over
You had
to
a
my
date?
house. I took half Viagra and didn't have sex. So now I got blue balls and fucking cotton mouth from
So
Flushing.
you had a date. She just showed up at your house
yeah
from
movie stuff, you know.
from Raya, from the Tinder, from the.
No, it was she was a hairdresser on a movie I did.
Yeah.
She's beautiful, man.
Yeah. Was it a good date?
Spanked her bottom a lot.
Did you?
She's a good girl. Don't spank girls because they're bad. I wouldn't waste these daddy hands on a bad girl's bottom.
Oh my God! When you do your daddy jokes in Pittsburgh, and hey man, you're the best, dude.
Go see Billy Dawes do comedies. He's a monster. I loved it. Like, I was so happy how funny you were.
Oh, thanks, man.
There's another guy on the show that was really funny, but there's just a difference. Like, there's only one gorilla, man. There's only one wolf. And I'm the wolf, so you were just up there banging around like a fucking gorilla. Like, you were just killing it. And, like, off stage, you were just a ton of fun. He showed up at my hotel on Sunday to the Pirates game. He walks in from his fucking car. He's holding a bottle of water, and it's dripping out of the, like, open container. And he's fixing... His pants are unzipped. You can see his boxers. His pants are unzipped and unbuttoned, and he's trying to figure out his belt as he's walking into a hotel. And I told him 3 different times, like, buddy, you gotta, like, pull your pants up. You're in the lobby of a hotel, and you're like, man, I might be a little hot right now. And I remember, like, leaving for the baseball game. I'm like, zip your fucking pants, Billy. Be a good man. And then we had fun at the game, and I was complaining because our free tickets were too high.
By the way, the game ended up being 11-10.
Who wants to see
the
it?
Pirates
Yeah, but
won.
the teams were dog shit. Those were 2 fucking bullshit cuckold teams. Having their wife fucking talk. I don't mind anybody fucking my old lady. I think it's hot. But don't talk shit to me, you fucker. We'll go rounds. Hood rounds. Hey, not like those hood rounds, you know. You know those guys down in the hood, you know. They do, they fight, you know, they call it hood rounds. You know why they call them hood rounds?
No, why?
Probably because they're black, you know. Black
That's
guys.
Norm Macdonald for people who don't know.
That was my
Norm
Seinfeld, so I've got to go practice.
Hey,
you know the difference between Seinfeld and Paul Reiser? Who are these people? Who are these people?
Oh, wow.
You never heard that?
No.
That's like an old joke. That's not mine.
Oh, really? Okay.
I like to set the target a little higher. Thanks for having me, buddy.
Yeah, man. You're the best, Jay. Thanks for coming.
Peace.
It's the afterlaugh, afterlaugh. Welcome to the afterlaugh, afterlaugh, afterlaugh. Afterlaugh, man. Go ahead, pull up a chair.